What does it take to survive in a world abandoned by civilization? In the vast silence of a deserted city, survival becomes a challenging puzzle. Each fallen brick, each derelict building presents a test of resilience and the will to endure. The whispering winds carry tales of forgotten life, while the emptiness echoes with the question of survival. Here, in the heart of desolation, every step is a bold declaration of determination. Today, we dive into the heart of a deserted city where survival isn't just a choice, but a necessity. Imagine, if you will, a city devoid of life where silence is the only language spoken. A world that once bustled with life and activity now stands still, a ghost of its former self. The once vibrant streets echo with an eerie quiet, the only sound being the occasional gust of wind rustling through the empty streets, whispering tales of a forgotten past. The towering buildings, once symbols of progress and prosperity, are now mere skeletal structures, their hollow windows staring out like vacant eyes into the desolation. The cityscape, once illuminated by the pulsating rhythm of life, now appears as a monochromatic canvas painted with shades of abandonment. It's a chilling spectacle, a sight that can send shivers down the spine of even the most hardened survivalists. In this desolate urban wilderness, the sense of isolation can be overwhelming. It's a strange paradox to be surrounded by remnants of a civilization, yet feel so profoundly alone. The initial shock and fear that grips a person in such a situation is intense, almost palpable. It's a feeling of being lost, not just physically, but in time and space, a feeling of being disconnected from the world you once knew. Yet, in the midst of this desolation, one must remember that survival is a game of wit and endurance. Fear and shock are not your enemies, but your allies. They are the raw, primal emotions that fuel the instinct to survive. Embrace them, use them to your advantage. In this city devoid of life, the buildings are not just empty structures, but potential sanctuaries, their dark corners possibly hiding precious resources. The silence is not just the absence of noise, but a canvas on which the faintest sounds are amplified, sounds that can signal danger or lead to discovery. In such a city, every abandoned building holds a story, every silence a secret. It's a challenge, a test of resilience. And it's in the face of such challenges that the true strength of the human spirit is revealed. In a city that's given up on life, you must find ways to sustain your own. Navigating an abandoned cityscape, the landscape of desolation and decay presents unique challenges. The first order of business, of course, is the essentials: food, water, and shelter. For food, look to abandoned convenience stores or supermarkets. Even years after being deserted, canned goods can still be safe to consume. They're not gourmet, but they'll keep you alive. Water, however, is a trickier proposition. In an urban environment, it's unlikely you'll find a clean, flowing river, but remember, every building in a city has plumbing. With a basic understanding of how these systems work, you can tap into residual water supplies. It's crucial to purify any water you find before consumption. Boiling, filtration, or purification tablets, use whatever you have at hand. Shelter is about more than just a roof over your head. It's about safety and security. Look for structures that are still sound, preferably with a good vantage point and multiple exits. But the true art of survival in an abandoned city is resourcefulness and adaptability. It's about using your wits to solve problems, to see potential where others see only ruin. It's about taking a derelict building and seeing a fortress, looking at a broken-down car and seeing a metal resource, spotting a discarded plastic bottle and seeing a potential water filter. Remember, in a deserted city, the key to survival is making the most of what's left behind. In an abandoned city, danger lurks in every corner. Just as shadows play tricks on your eyes, the hazards of a desolate urban jungle can be as elusive as they are lethal. Structural instability of buildings, wild animals, and the silent but insidious mental toll of isolation are all challenges you may encounter. Let's begin with the physical threats. Buildings, once robust and towering, are now skeletons of their former selves. They may seem sturdy, but remember, time and neglect have taken their toll. Always be aware of your surroundings and avoid entering structures that appear unstable. When in doubt, It's safer to keep out. Next, we must consider the wild animals. They're survivors, just like you, and they too have adapted to this new world. Be wary, but don't panic. They are more scared of you than you are of them. Maintain a safe distance and avoid confrontation whenever possible. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, let's discuss the mental toll of isolation. It's a silent predator creeping upon you when you least expect it. But remember, the mind is a powerful tool. Keep it sharp, keep it focused. Find joy in the small victories and let them fuel your determination. In this world, danger is a given, but fear is a choice. And it's a choice you don't have to make. Instead, arm yourself with knowledge, with caution, and with courage. In the face of danger, resilience becomes your greatest weapon. Surviving in an abandoned city is more than just a test of endurance. It's a testament to the indomitable human spirit, a narrative of resilience in the face of the unknown, a saga of survival against all odds. Today we've journeyed through a deserted cityscape, a post-apocalyptic world where the echoes of the past resonate with the silence of the present. The lessons learned from this exploration are as varied as they are invaluable. We've learned that survival is an art, a craft honed by the steady hand of resourcefulness. We've discovered that finding supplies is less about what you find and more about how you use what you find. A piece of wire can become a fishing hook, an old newspaper can ignite a fire, and a broken mirror can signal for help. Resourcefulness, therefore, isn't just a trait, it's a tool, a weapon even, in the battle for survival. We've learned that hazards are a part of the journey, not the end of it. Overcoming them isn't just about physical strength, but mental fortitude. Fear is a natural response, but courage is a choice. And perhaps the most important lesson of all is that the human spirit is unyielding. It's not about the abandoned city, it's about the spirit that, despite the desolation, refuses to be abandoned. For in the end, it's not about the city that's abandoned, but about the spirit that refuses to be.